Hey T,
Hey, Dre.
quick question. I'm gonna share my screen real quick and make sure that I have the right.
Oh, bless you
'Cause
too.
I know they changed some things. This is the right one, correct? From May 2024.
Yeah, just why. Yeah, they took JR out though, because Mimi's been, um,
That means it might be another one. Hold on.
yeah, because they took JR out.
Let's see, that's the one that's in Spanish.
Yeah, no, they should be identical. Scroll down on that one. The only because there should be an only English version. Yeah, see, he was taken out. There should be an only English version with the same thing. Mimi should have it actually to share on her end.
Yeah, but I just wanted to back up because you put something in the text about will somebody be able to click through the slides,
Yeah.
And I was like, when I read that, I was like, okay, let me make sure I have this pulled up.
Yeah, because what
But
she says she can't see her notes. She was one before we had that. She said she was familiar with Zoom, but then it came out she really wasn't familiar with Zoom. She can't see her notes, so she doesn't know how to put it. I think presenter's view. I think it was. So
okay, I gotta make sure I find the right one. I'm gonna
um
make you co-host so you can let people in. Hold on.
okay, I'm gonna look too. Yeah, it should be let me put you on my other screen. Let me look in there. I'll just let them wait there till 5:30. Let me
Yeah, they
see.
can
Yeah. All right, it's not anybody else. All right.
because I see the fundamentals of business bilingual, but I don't see the one that's English in the folder.
And they moved stuff to a different folder too, because Toya had to find it before. So how was your flight?
Oh man, it was great. It was great. Extremely relaxing. Seems like everybody was coming into Dallas when I left New Jersey. Oh my God,
Hmm.
the flight was. I mean, every seat was full. I was like, everybody going to Dallas,
They want to visit your state.
man.
Yeah, they moved these folders again. Um,
Applications of business attitude. Let's see if this one is it.
okay.
No, that's mine.
Say again.
No, that's my old one.
Oh, I'm not finding sometimes in the, let's see. No, that's not her yet.
Let's see. Found attendance.
Yeah, I found the attendance. Well, attendance is usually in the chat that's in the email, the attendance.
Mm, 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 mm. I literally can't find it.
Mimi, I'm gonna admit, Dr. Mimi, she might have it in there. She could send it. I'm gonna admit her in.
Okay.
I'm still looking in the emails. Uh, did she come in? I put him, oh, joining.
Um.
Okay, it's joining slowly. Maybe it's my end. Okay. Was the recording paused or is it recording?
Oh, it actually is recording.
Hello, class. How are we doing?
Hello, good.
Awesome, awesome, Nadia.
Good.
So, are we ready for today? Okay, so one
Yes.
of the things that I love doing, and if you're gonna notice, you see I'm grabbing a notebook. I like when everybody's participating, right? So I believe that I can learn from all of you as much as you all can learn from me, right? So I'm not gonna be the only one talking today because I also want to hear what you all have to share, right? So of course, this is fundamental of business. Day one, I am, Dr. Mimi Kwepo. We are all glad to have you at S.O.A.R Hospitality and Travel class or program. So we're gonna have a good time today, and hopefully on Thursdays I will see everybody as well. Okay. So I'm expecting everybody to partake. So let's get on to the next slide, please. So this class is fundamental of business, right? And you know, I think that I want everybody to take some time and just, we'll read what we have on the slide here. For these, I'm not gonna pick nobody, I'll read this. But moving along, I'm gonna ask some of you to read, and I'll if either you volunteer or I'll just call names. Um, if I don't get volunteers, right? So fundamentals of business. I never had a dream to start a health and beauty product company, but I leaned into my life experience to do something that I felt I was the best person in the world to do. I feel that if everyone can activate around that principle of lived experience of what makes them uniquely positioned and the best person in the world at that specific thing. Not only will the world be made a better place, but the folks who are working on those things will be happier, more fulfilled. Okay, this is a quote from Tristan Walker. Okay, so what is Tristan trying to say? Tristan is trying to basically say, if we can all look at those unique things, or we look at those business that are unique to us, and just go in there and try to make a difference, we will make the world a better place and a much happier place for everybody to live in. Okay, so in other terms, find something that is unique to you, something that is different, something that people might not necessarily have thought of, something that maybe you had a bad experience and you thought maybe if I created this item, it might help with that experience that I had, and it will help many other people in the world, right? So just keep that in mind as we proceed in the class, right? So any question on this slide? Because if not, I will be moving along. And you can unmute and actually have conversations with us. Okay. I don't want it to be just me talking. Okay. Are we on the same page? All right. Sometimes okay. So basically, this also talks about how how you would like to start your own business. I want you to just think about how you would like to start your own business, what kind of business you would like to do, and maybe later on we can explore that when we get further down. All right. So next slide, please. So this slide basically talks about who I am, right? I'm an author, I'm a leader, I'm a professional, I am an entrepreneur. Most importantly, I am a mom and a wife, okay? My areas of expertise basically is human resources. But I also, in the last few years after my doctorate program, I've been teaching, and I've been in business for a while. I think I created my company in like 2014, and going strong. Okay, empowering true. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to share some experiences. We're going to learn some of the things that you came here to learn, and leave this class with some knowledge. If I can contribute in any way, in your future endeavors. I want to make sure that I make that impact. And I am sure that the rest of my colleagues and team members at S.O.A.R, that's all we want. Make sure that we can contribute to a successful tomorrow for all of you. Okay. So next slide, please. The next slide basically is our goal for today. So let's talk. Let's make sure that we participate. Let's make sure that we're paying attention. Let's contribute to the conversation so that we can each get something out of this 1 hour that we have together today, or 1 hour. Okay, it's an hour, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Christine. Next slide, please. All right, so like I said earlier, I'm not going to do all the talking here. So one of the things I want to first thank all of you for doing is turning your cameras on. But I need your mics off mute, right? If you're in a quiet place. But if you're not in a quiet place, you can keep it on mute. But if you're in a quiet place, get it off mute so we can interact with each other. Ask questions as we move along each topic. Take notes because they will help you later. We will have a trivia game at the end. So definitely take notes. Well, let's see how it goes by the end of the class. All right. So we might ask questions as we go along. Be open, okay, and share. Right. Let's make sure that we put enough in this so that you can get enough out. If you participate, it's helpful. It's gonna help you. It's gonna help the other people in the class, your peers. And if you have something that you want to share, please, don't think it's too little or it's too much or you're disturbing. You could drop it in the chat. We go back and look at it later. If you have started any sort of business, let's talk about it. Um, you know, who here would like to start when we talk about business? I would like for us to sort of get into questions now, or maybe later we talk some more about it. Does anybody in this class has a business that they started, they're thinking of starting, or like to know? Anybody?
I
I
do.
don't want to call.
I do lashes, and I do.
Speaking. Can you please just say your name before talking when you get on the mic?
My name is Jayra Love, and
Hey,
I
Jarella,
do
how are you? Mm-hmm.
good. I do lashes, and I also do hair.
Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else?
Yeah, I do.
Who is speaking? Please introduce yourself.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
What's your business? What kind of business do you have?
I don't have a business, but I'm thinking of one. Start. I've got
Okay.
every plan.
What are you thinking of doing? Of creating?
Okay, I'm thinking like I want to create a clothing brand,
Clothing brand? Awesome.
which is connected with the tech.
Can you say that again?
I want to make a clothing brand which is connected with the technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technology. Awesome. Anyone else?
I do.
Awesome. Go,
My
Nadia.
name is Janelle,
Janelle?
and I do hair as well, but specifically more of natural hair. I do natural hair styling, and also I make hair growth products for textured hair.
Natural hair, styling, and hair girl product. I'm taking notes. Okay. All right. Anybody else?
I clean. My name is Karen Jossel, and I clean houses. Like sometimes I just do my dad's house, but I'll also go with my mom to the houses she goes to and help her clean.
Awesome. I am so proud of all of you. Great. Anybody else?
My name is Nadia, and I'm working as a waitress, and I really like my job, and I'd like to have like a restaurant too, or a catering, but I'm also thinking of another business, like a cosmetologist. I'm studying chemistry right now, so I'm planning to become a cosmetologist and open, like big cosmetology industry with
So beauty.
hair, um, face cosmetology, nails, all that stuff because everybody wants to be beautiful. I know.
That's right. Everybody wants to look beautiful. So basically, you're thinking of getting into the beauty industry.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Who else? Somebody was talking before, right before Nadia.
My name is Jayla. I also just started a business literally last week. I sell body butters and like lip glosses and stuff. So
Jayla.
because I know like in school a lot of girls like tend to like leave it at home or forget it or lose it. So I know like it's a really good thing to sell and like it's something everybody needs that everybody always wants.
So you have like lip glosses. What else?
And like lotions and body butters and like
Lotions.
soaps.
Awesome. Did I get everybody? So if anybody, if you don't already have one and you're thinking of doing something, feel free to chime in. I don't want anybody to think just because they don't have a business doesn't mean they can't talk, right? So if you're thinking of a business down the line, feel free to share with us. We are all ears, and we're going to learn through this class today the different things that we can do to make our businesses successful. Okay. So moving along, let's go to the next slide. So in other words, what makes a business, right? I would like for one of you to read. I don't want to call names, but if I don't get a volunteer, I will call names.
I think I think what makes a business is
Who is speaking? I need to give you points. Who is speaking?
Karen Jossel.
Karen?
Mhm.
All right. Awesome. Let's go, Karen.
I think what makes a business is a product that is being advertised or sold. Like all businesses have a service to offer to any customers or clients.
Awesome. So thanks for bringing up service or product. So down the line, we're going to look at what is a service and what's a product, right? But yeah, so thanks. Anybody else want to try?
I have a
Is that
concern.
Ashley?
Uh,
Who is
huh?
speaking?
Oh, Ashley.
All right, go ahead, Ashley.
I can't really see the right. Like, I would read it, but like I can't really see it because there's like something like blocking it for me.
Yeah,
Like,
we're trying to get the logo. I see it in there. Thank you, Ashley. The
okay.
logo is blocking the the information, the content on the slide.
Let us know if you can see it now.
Uh, yeah, I could see it, but then like it's gone now. So.
Okay, it's coming. It's gonna come back.
Okay.
Thank you. Is it better?
No, I still
Yeah.
can't see it.
Okay, Ashley, go ahead and read. I gave you a star already.
It's
Can we go back to the last slide?
it's
Just
still there
yeah.
though. I'm sorry, this is Rosie. Hi, Dr. Mimi. It's still there.
The logo.
Yeah, the logo's still there. It's obstructing the view and it's covering the words at the bottom of the page, the sentences. I don't know. Are you sharing, Dr. Mimi, or are you?
No, I'm not sharing.
Okay.
It's not me sharing.
All right.
Dre, as we're working on it, I'll let him know.
Okay, awesome.
I have no idea why that logo is there. Hold on.
All right. So while we're waiting for that to be taken care of.
It was not there before. Continue on, Dr. Mimi. Give me 1 second with this technical difficulty.
Okay, that's fine. So let's talk more about what a business is all about. I know Ashley is ready to read, and she already started touching on that. So when I say to you, if I ask you for let's say Jalen with the hair business, right? So what made you want to do the hair business? What was the reason why you decided that you wanted to start doing hair? Oh, Jarela, please. You're on mute if you're speaking. Jarella, are you there?
Who?
It's Jarella.
Do you want Janelle or Jarrera? Her
No,
last name's
Jarella.
Love.
Jarella did hair, and I think Jella also have beauty with lips. So I'm referring to Jarella.
So Miss Love then. So you're referring to.
Yes.
She did hair, yes.
So that's Jara is her name.
Oh,
Jara.
Jera. Okay, what? Hi, sorry about that, Jera. Jera, can you let us know what made you want to do hair? Why did you pick hair?
I picked hair because it's something I like to do. And I know like a lot of people don't know how to do hair. So me personally, like since I'm still learning, I don't charge
Mhm.
when I do hair because I'm like still learning. But if I do charge, it's probably like something like small. It depends what hairstyle you get.
Awesome. So the reason I ask is because usually there's something that they say in business that your target market, right? And I know that might be too deep. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but it's just that you want to always think about if you want to do a business, you need to make sure that you're meeting a need, right? So if people need, let's say they need stones, right? And you start making stones, they're going to buy stones. So you're going to have a successful business. If people need something like they need water in the bottle and you start making water in the bottle, people are going to buy water in the bottle and you're going to make money. But let's say they need water and you start making tea, then you're not going to have good business. So it's always great to look for a business that there's a need for, right? That people want. So you look for an item or a product or a service that people actually are looking for, that people need, right? I think that's one of the big things that I want you all to take away from today. When you have a need, like when you have a group of people that have an unmet need, which means they want something and they don't have it, and you start producing that thing or you start providing that item or that product or that service, it makes for good business, right? It makes your business successful because you're offering them stuff that they need and that, maybe they don't have, or maybe it's far for them to get to. Um, the slide is back up. Can we see Ashley?
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
Okay, the logo is gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right. Can you read, please?
Yeah. In other words, what makes a business a business? A business needs revenue to survive. To get that revenue, it needs customers. At the most basic levels, a business has two basic things: products or a service for sale. Customers willing to buy what they are selling, or a business like a nonprofit raises money to provide a service. They solve for a need or a problem.
Awesome. So basically, we do business either for profit or a non-profit business, right? So for profit is actually what it is, like you sell so you can make money, right? Not for profit business organization is something like us, like S.O.A.R, where we're doing it because we think that there's a need. It's not a business, it's not a profit business, it's non-profit, right? So that's basically profit and non-profit. Any questions?
Nope.
Everybody's good? So nonprofit business would raise money to provide service or products to the people that need it, or to their target market for the people that they're raising money for. A business that makes money for profit will do business, make product, provide services so that they can make profit off of their business. And the profit is usually after they've paid their staff, paid for all the products they had, the materials they had to buy to make that product, and then whatever is left after the bills are paid, the salaries are paid, the materials for the product is subtracted. That's what is their profit. Okay. Any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
So, to say that you have a business and you are making profit, but you're using that profit to donate it somewhere else or give it to like some like another organization, is that still a business or is that now a nonprofit?
So I think it's important that first, we differentiate nonprofit and profit. So whatever your business is registered as, right? So if I go and register a restaurant and I say this is a nonprofit business because I just want to feed, you know, homeless people, people that are in need, um, even if I decide that, oh, tomorrow I want to change that model, I'm going to have to go back and register my business as a for-profit business, right? Because there's something that every business is classified. Like when you go to register it, you have to decide if it's for profit or not for profit. Now if you sell food and you make money out of the food and you turn around and you use it to give back to people, as long as your business was registered as not for profit, and you take that revenue and you put it back in the people. Let's say you sell rice, so you can take the money and buy jackets for winter for people that are needed. You might be okay, right? But I think that to keep things clean and legal, it's always better that a business, if it's registered nonprofit, you keep it as nonprofit, and if it's registered for profit, you keep it as for profit.
Yeah.
Okay? Did I answer your questions?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So do we understand nonprofit and profit business? We can move along. All right. So next slide, please. So I want us to talk about, we've talked about nonprofit and profit. I want us to talk about small business versus big business, right? Um, Nadia, could you read for us, please?
Sure. The U.S. Small Businesses Administration, for its purposes, does not consider a business with more than 500 employees or $7 million in total annual risk small business.
Um, so I'm going to explain, right? And then, if you have any question that you can ask. So the U.S. Small Business Administration, for its purpose, does not consider a business with more than 500 employees, right? So if you have more than 500 employees, or you make 7 million in total annual receipts, to be a small business. So if your business has 500 employees and you have a revenue, right, of more than 7 million, right? You're not a small business. I will say it again, right? So let me give you another example. So now if you have, let's say you have 500 employees, but you make 6 million, you are still going to be considered not a small business, right? Because you have 500 employees. So it's either or let's say you have less than 500 employees, but you made 7 million and above, you're not going to be considered a small business. So to be a small business, you have to stay under 500 employees and under 6 million in revenue. Is that clear? You can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got thumbs up
Yes.
too.
Yes.
I like the yeses. Let's go. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I love the yeses. I want everybody to interact. So now, if I was to ask you that a business that has 501 employees and has 6 million 500 employees, is that a small business or a big business?
Big
Big
business.
business.
Awesome.
Business.
Awesome. I love that. I'm liking everybody talking. That's good. Now I'm going to ask another question. You have 499 employees. You made 6,500,000. Are you a small business or a big business?
Small
Business.
Small business.
Awesome.
No.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm happy that everybody's paying attention. All right. So we're going to move. Do we have any question on this slide or no?
No.
No.
All right. Let's move on to the next slide.
No.
Good. So the next slide is an activity, right? We're going to take 2 minutes to write down a business that you would like to start and why. I think we touched on that already. Earlier on, I mentioned how it's very important before you start a business, you find out who are going to be your clients, right? You know, some people will say in business the word target market, right? Target market basically, who are your clients? Who are the people that are going to be your customer, right? I want to braid hair, or I think Jayla mentioned the beauty products, right? Jayla is going after her classmates or kids in school because they usually forget their lip gloss. Those are her customers. Those are the client that Jayla is targeting, right? So let's take 2 minutes, write down a business that you already have or you would like to start, and you write down why, right? I'm looking at the clock. Let me know if you're done. Just send us a message if you're done, or send them a text.
Put a D in the chat, please.
Done. All right, that's good. A D, done in a D. Yep. Awesome. Thanks. So let's listen to two of those, right? We're gonna go over who haven't said nothing yet. Let me go back to my to the class. Um, Julian, can you please read what you wrote?
Okay. I'm trying a clinic because sorry, I'm trying to make a clinic because of like nonprofit. Like investors pull in money to help the people. Sorry, I'm still writing.
All right. So you want a clinic because you want to help people.
I can't hear anything.
Hello?
He muted himself by mistake, I
Yeah,
believe.
I think his stuff was acting up. Okay, Helena, can you tell us what your business is?
I said I wanted to start a business strategy analysis company, like a company that analyzes the strategy of different businesses are using for their marketing teams as well as like their financial teams to then help them like optimize their strategies.
Awesome. Awesome. So you want to do a business strategy analysis company so you can help businesses.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else want to go before we move on?
Could I go?
Sure. Who is that?
Karen Josso.
All right, Karen, go ahead.
So I was thinking, I'm not sure how much of a business this is, sort of similar to what Julian said, but I was thinking like a separate health/business operations unit, specifically for MRI techs.
So a health business for MRI techs. Is there a reason why you picked that?
I mainly picked that because I'm going towards a career in MRI technology.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So basically you're thinking after school, maybe you want to do your own thing and start your own business?
Yeah, like be more invested in the healthcare aspects and get a general idea of like what MRI techs have to go through.
Awesome. Anybody else? Somebody was about to talk when
It was me.
Karen. Who was
I'm
that?
Joey Hall.
Joel. Okay, Joel.
Not Joel. Joey.
Joey? Okay,
Yeah.
Joey, sorry about that.
I was gonna open up a barber shop because as if you know about them, haircuts is getting expensive, bro. 45 for a cut.
That's right.
Gotta make that money.
Yeah, barbershop. I hear you. Yeah, haircuts are expensive these days. All right. So are you going into that line of business because of you notice that the cost of cutting hair is more expensive? Is it a passion or just because you see that it's a good business
Little
to
bit
have?
of both. I mean, it's a quick way to make money, and if I'm cutting
Mhm.
myself, I could save money. When I'm cutting others, I can earn money. So it's just quick and easy.
That's awesome. Remember how I said you figure out what the business is. There's something they say in business, unmet needs, right? So basically, unmet needs is okay if you're in an area of a business where there's a need, but there's limited people providing that product or service. Is a great place to be because then you know that you can guarantee the customers, right, or guarantee the clients. Great. Anybody else want to go?
Yeah.
So as I told you, I wanted to go for beauty industry and open like a big salon. It's like in the future plans, but at first I want to open just like a nail and a hair salon, and in future I want to explode. I mean, not explode,
You want
but
to expand?
it's yeah,
Expand.
spread this salon
Mhm.
and have the cosmetologist work, make a beautiful jaw, take out the chicks. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. It means you're gonna be busy.
I feel like this business will be profitable in the future because um as social media works, everybody wants to show themselves and wants to be more beautiful, sports style girls, all that stuff.
That's right. Everybody wants to be beautiful. That's a fact, right? Why not,
Yeah.
do a business in that area and capitalize on it? Yep, that's good.
And no AI, no
And no
no AI can do it.
That's right. Okay, so that's good. I'm really happy that you're thinking, right? So you're already thinking. This is what this is all about, right? You're starting to think about business. What kind of business can I do? Um, what business is going to be good? What business is going to be successful? What areas are there that people have needs that I can go in there and do a great business, expand, become a successful business person. So that's a great one, right? Social media, everybody wants to look pretty, everybody wants to look good. Why not, capitalize on that and make a lot of money as a business person and be successful and hopefully be able to help others understand that this is an area of unmet needs, right? So we're going to move on to the next slide. So who wants to tell me what an industry means? So we've been talking about what kind of business can you do, small business versus big business, non-profit, profit. Now let's look at industry. What is an industry?
Um, I'm Michaela, and I say like a category of a type of business, like a beauty business, um, like food businesses and stuff like that.
Good job, Michaela. That's a good one. So Michaela just mentioned, can anybody else give us an example of, just give us an example of an
Um,
industry?
an industry is like a tech industry, like for example, like Apple, Samsung, they're an industry and they kind
Mhm.
of compete to be
Tech,
like the best
tech
product.
industry. That's good. Anybody else want to give us an example of an industry?
There's also different types of industries in terms of makeup, cosmetics, and just like gaming, tech, like she
Beauty
said,
industry. Mhm.
and fast food industry as well.
Fast food industry. So you're gonna have the food industry, restaurant, right? Grocery store. You're gonna have tech industry, technology, IT, computer, phones. You're gonna have pharmaceutical industry, medications, right? Um, every every company is falls under a particular industry, right? There's a group, companies are put in groups based on their industries, right? So when I say to you, oh, I'm in the food industry, you know that I work either for a restaurant, maybe a grocery store. If I say I'm in the pharmaceutical industry, you know, maybe I work for a company that makes drugs or band-aids. If I say I'm in the tech industry, you know, I'm in IT. So that's basically what an industry is. An industry is a group of companies that compete with one another to sell similar products. For example, a restaurant will sell calamari, the other one will sell calamari as well, right? They're selling the exact same thing. They're grouped under the same industry. Any questions?
No.
So if I was to say, give me an example of two companies in the same industry, um, let's say Karen, what would you tell me? Two companies in the same industry. There's one that you hold every day.
Android iPhones.
That's good. Karen, who is speaking? Who was
Caleb.
that? Caleb?
Caleb, yeah.
All right. All right, Caleb. iPhone and what? Well, now we're in the
Androids and iPhones.
uh,
Android and iPhones.
Android and iPhones. Perfect, right? So they're all
Yeah.
under, the tech industry. So that's a good
Yeah.
example, right?
Yeah.
Anybody else want to try? All right, Alina.
Yeah.
You could
Xbox
say
and PlayStation.
Hulu, Disney Plus, and Netflix.
What was that?
Hulu, Netflix, and Disney Plus.
Awesome. Great. Anybody else? Somebody was speaking when Elena started.
Wendy's
Who
and
was that?
McDonald's.
All right, go ahead.
Xbox and PlayStation.
Awesome, right? So we get it, right? We understand a group of companies that compete with one another to sell similar products, right? So that's what an industry is. So we've given example of tech industries a lot, the phones, the games. Then we've talked about the movie industry, Netflix, Hulu, right? So that's basically what it is. So an industry is a group of companies that compete, sell the exact same product or similar products. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next slide. Goods versus service. I touched on this earlier. So we're going to ask Michaela to read for us.
The goods producing sector includes all businesses that produce tangible goods. Generally speaking, companies in this sector are involved in manufacturing, construction, and agriculture. Do I read the next bullet?
No, we're going to have somebody else read the next bullet. Ashley, can you read the next bullet for us, please?
The service producing sector includes all businesses that provide services but don't make tangible goods. They may be involved in retail and wholesale trade, transportation, finance, insurance, real estate, arts, entertainment, recreation, accommodations, food service, education, and such professional activities as technical services, healthcare, advertisement, accounting, and personal services.
Awesome. So can anybody give me an example of a product?
Cherries?
Like a good?
Cherries be one?
Huh?
Would fruit be one?
So what's one? I didn't hear you.
Would a good be fruits?
Perfect. A good would be fruits because that's something that you can hold, you can touch, right? That's how I always think about good versus service, right? So I think service is something that's not tangible, something you can't touch. I go to a restaurant, I eat, I get great service, right? I go to the store, I buy a fruit, that's a good because I can grab it, I can touch it, I can go pay for it, right? So that's the best way to think about it. So good versus service, one of them you can physically see, physically touch. The other is something that could be provided to you, right? Good service. You go to a restaurant, you're treated well by the server, great service, right? So is Is that clear? I want us to make sure that we take a break and all that. So did I make myself clear? Do I need to repeat? Do we understand, or should we move along?
Yes,
I understand.
I got it.
we understand.
I understand.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, good. So let's go to the next slide. So the next slide basically I want you to write, we're going to write down on a piece of, on a piece of paper, like an idea for business. We already touched on that, right? Write down your business idea on paper. We started with, the note you wrote before, draft a mission statement, draft a vision statement, or I reverse those, right? Draft a vision statement, then a mission statement, and then validate your ideas, right? So do that, and then we're going to come back. Let's take a break, okay? Then when we get back, we're going to go into that some more, and then we're going to talk about a business model canvas. Okay, so let me give you a break. We should come back in like uh, can we do 10 minutes?
That's fine.
All
Yeah.
right, let's take a 10 minutes break. So we get back around 7:20, and then we're just gonna go quickly over the business canvas, the business model canvas, and then we should be fine to wrap up. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I see you are at 7:20.
Dr. Mimi, just to be clear, it's 7:18 right now, so we'll see you back at 7:28.
Oh, 7:28. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. So we'll see you guys back at 7:28.
Hello. How are we doing? Is everybody back?
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I didn't like the hi on hi. How are we doing?
Good.
Ashley, why
Good.
you putting on your hair like that? Are we okay, Ashley?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Cause you're holding your hands like that. I'm like, all right. I hope Ashley's okay. All right. So let's take a few minutes. This class looks like it's gonna be a slightly longer than planned. Let's take a few minutes and look into let's write down um, you know, a vision statement and a mission statement for the businesses that we say we wanted to do. Um, who here knows what a vision statement is supposed to be? What is a vision statement?
Is it just like the goal of your business and what you intend to achieve and who you intend to reach?
So correct. So I would say a vision statement of a company is the long-term objective and aspiration. Like, so what do this company wants to, like, what do they want to do? What are their long-term objective and their aspiration? Where do they want to go? What do they want to achieve? What do they want to, do, right? So that should be a mission statement, a company's long-term objective and aspiration. That's like as simple as it can get. All right. If you go into Google Classroom, we do have some examples of mission statement and vision statements. Okay, it's in there in the classroom. Um, let me just go back and make sure. Yes, so we have that in there. So we have an example like Amazon, what their vision statement and the mission statement is. We have like Google. So if you go into the Google Classroom, you see some of them in there, right? That's something that you can do later. But I would just say a company's objective, and aspiration. All right. Now, who wants to try tell me what a mission statement is.
I give you an example of one. Like
Give
for
me an example. Yep.
since I was gonna have a barbershop, I put to be the community's go-to barber where style, confidence, and connections come together.
Perfect. Perfect. So a mission statement basically defines what a company or organization does, and what they stand for, right? So that's good. Anybody else want to try? Do we understand what the mission statement and the vision statement is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Yes.
So now, can we please go to slide 15? Awesome. So who here knows what a business model canvas is? All right, so I'll explain a little bit. So a business model canvas basically outline, the fundamental building block of your business. So in the past, they used to call, I know I was having a conversation with Professor Gerald the other day. We're talking about how in the past people used to hear about a business plan, right? And basically was how you intend to do your business, how you write it down, the plan, and you submit it. And maybe some people will use that to get money to finance their business. So a business model canvas is basically, an outline of the fundamental building blocks of your business. What are the stuff that I want to do? This can help, it can be helpful in validating your ideas, right? So if you look at in the Google Classroom, we do have like examples of business model canvas that if you want to go in there and take a look and try and come up with one that would help you, right? So it's a document that will communicate um, what you're planning to do, how you want to do it, how you set to build this company, what are some of the things that you're going to do to make sure that you stand out, that you do well as a business, right? Who are you? So let's go to slide 16, right? So let's look at the 9 building blocks of a business model canvas. So here are 9. So when you think about business plan, business model canvas, you think about, okay, what am I supposed to do if I'm going to put together a business model canvas? First, you have to know your customers, right? Remember earlier on, I'd mentioned that who are your target customers? Who are you creating these beauty products for? Where are these people, right? I mentioned that earlier. That's because before you do any business, you need to first think, who are going to be my customer? Who am I going to sell my product to? Who am I going to provide my services to? Restaurants, think about the people that will come eat their food. Beauty supply, think about people that will buy their products to make themselves look beautiful. The next thing on the 9 blocks is, customer relationship. Your relationship with your customers. This is something that is very important to help you grow your business, right? So if you have great relationship with your customers, what's going to happen is, your customers are going to come back, what we call repeat business, and they're also going to tell other people about your business. So it is very, very important that whatever business we do, we have great relationships with our customers. That means if our customers have an issue and they call to complain, we take that complaint seriously. We make sure that we answer their questions. We make sure that we get back to them in a timely manner so that, they don't think that we want customers to think that we care, right? So the third thing on the building blocks for your business model canvas is the channels, right? How are your customers going to get this product? Is it through social media? You're going to do advertisement? Are you going to be in class or have it in your book bag? Like Jayla mentioned, so that when your friends need it, you have it readily available. Are you going to sell it on social media, like on TikTok shops? Is it going to be on your company website? Are you going to advertise on newspaper? Is it going to be in a shop? These are the channels that when he says channel, this is what they're thinking about. How will you get your products to your customer? How will the company make sure that the products is available to the customer? Revenue streams is the next um, building block, right? How would you generate money by selling your product? Is it going to be one-time sales or reoccurring sale? Remember, I said if you have a good relationship with your customer, they're going to tell other people and they're going to come back and you're going to have repeat business. This is one of the areas where you want to make sure that you have the reoccurring revenue, right? So people that love the hair product will come back and get more and they will tell their moms, their sisters, their friends, their neighbors, so that you can keep getting that sales and keep making that money. The last thing anybody wants to do is create a product, sell it, and then nobody comes back, or somebody buys it once and they don't come back. That doesn't make for a successful business, right? So revenue stream is important, that you don't only generate money in the beginning, but you keep generating money as you go along so that you can grow your business. I think it was I don't know if it was Janella that made a comment. You want to grow your business, right? You want to expand. Most business people, every time they think about their products, they want to make it better. That's why you're going to see, they'll change. Okay, this is a new, somebody will make a skincare product. And then the next time you see is that same product has a perfume line. So they're expanding their business so they can generate revenue, so they can keep money coming in, right? So just keep that in mind. Revenue stream is very important for every business because you need to make money so you can grow the company or the business, right? So, key activities: how to get your product to clients, right? That means production, problem solving. What platform and network are you on? Are you making sure that, like I mentioned, people know where to find you, people know how to reach you, right? When people call with problems or with concern, are you addressing them? If somebody said, well, I feel like this hair product, the container, it's so big, but you have like the product inside is so little. Maybe the next time, maybe you want to think about, okay, maybe packaging. Maybe I want to make sure that I solve this complaint or this problem or this issue that my client brought up. What do I need to do? Do I need to start using, a container that, so you have a lot of product in it, ma'am. The container is just small. Well, the client doesn't think that way, right? So this is an example. Maybe I should put it in a smaller container, or maybe I should increase the price a little bit and give the customer more. But you want to always make sure that your clients know that you're listening to them. You're reacting to whatever concern and points that they bring up, right? So key resources. What do you need? People, cash, cash, which is financing, brand, you need an office building, you need a site, you need a shop, you need equipment. All of those stuff are the resources that you need, right? But your most important resource is gonna be human resources in most cases, right? The people that are going to help you make the product, the people that are going to help you sell the product, the people that are going to help you promote the product so that people can know about it, they can buy it, and you can grow, right? Then the next building block will be key partners. Are you going to work with anybody, right? So when I say anybody, it could be, are you going to have a partner that works with you? Maybe a supplier. Are you going to have maybe work with another company that will maybe make the containers and then maybe you just get the product? Or if you're a restaurant, are you going to work with a producing company that drops off products every day, sorry, for like salad? That way you don't have to be going to the market to buy the produce, right? If you're making lip gloss, are you going to go to a store and let them know that, okay, I'll be coming here to get maybe the Vaseline and the whatever other product you need to add into the lip gloss to make it the lip gloss, right? So those are the partners. Like, who do you need to work with? Are you going to partner with somebody that maybe this person is going to help you with the selling part of the business? Maybe you make the product and they will help you with marketing. So most businesses have partners, and your partners could be your supplier, your partner could be an external company, your partner could just be somebody that delivers, materials to you. But most of the time when you're doing a business model canvas, you have to think about all those things, right? Because these are all the things that will make your business successful. Okay. The next building block is cost structure. What does that mean? How much do you need to run your business, right? Cost of creating the product, right? So if I'm gonna make a lip gloss, let's use lip gloss for example, how much is it gonna cost me to make the lip gloss? Because then it's important when I sell the lip gloss to make sure that I am making profit, right? So if it costs me $2 to sell the lip gloss, I have to take into consideration to make a lip gloss. How much was the container for the lip gloss? How much was the product that is inside the lip gloss? The time that I would put into making the lip gloss, right? If I sell it for $2, would I make any profit, right? So you have to always think about the cost structure. How much do I need to run my business? How much do I need to create a product? How much do I need to provide a service? And if I provide it at this price, do I make profit? Right? So now value proposition is the last building block for the business model canvas, right? How different is your business or service from others? Remember when we started, I talked about, being unique, making a business, finding a business or product that is unique, that is, it's hard to get, right? That people want, like the barbershop situation. Barbershops are getting increasingly expensive, but not only so, but where I live, you have to drive about 15 minutes to go get a barbershop, right? Maybe if somebody is smart, they might say, okay, maybe I need to put a barbershop around this area. Do you have products that are unique? Do you have products that are hard to find, that are different from other products that are around you? That's your value proposition. Any questions?
No.
So are we confident that you can get me a business model canvas now? So listen, if you have any doubts, any question, please go to Google Classroom, go to the business area of the Google Classroom doc and go through it. It's in there. Professor JR have uploaded it and it's really, really helpful. So please do not hesitate to go in there and look, if you have any questions, okay? Or any doubts. So we're going to go to slide 16. What it's all for. What's the purpose? The impact, the goals. In the case of times of nonprofit, giving back, right? So why are you doing the business? What is it all for? To be successful as a business, it is so important to know your purpose, right? Remember that if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, um, that you might, yes, you might wing it, but it's always great to know that, okay, this is what I want to achieve. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is my goal. This is my purpose. This is the impact I want to make. This is the difference I want to make, right? So it's always important to have a purpose. Any questions? All right, so we're going to move to slide 18. Again, he's talking about, this is just going over the business model canvas. I can't talk, the business model canvas, right? So let's explore and then discuss. So you want to do a t-shirt business. What do you need for the t-shirt business? What are some of the, you need a t-shirt. Are you going to design it? What are the materials you're going to need? So paint to do the design, right? You want to start a t-shirt company, you have to think, okay, where am I going to source my t-shirt? Am I going to make my own t-shirt? Am I going to sew them? Where am I going to source the actual paint? How am I going to do the design on the t-shirts, right? Same thing, food truck. Where do I get my produce from, right? So these are just like an example of, okay, if you want to do this business, what are you going to do? So for example, you want to do a business beauty product, right? Can anybody tell me one of the things that they will have on the business model canvas?
I would probably have like what bases I would use for certain oils or conditioners. So
Perfect.
yeah.
I would have
Awesome.
where I'm going to be getting like what productions or what like factories I'm going to be supplying myself with.
Great. Awesome.
I'd say
Awesome.
like
Great.
I'd say like what kind of like skin um it would be targeting towards.
Great, right? So you'll be looking at your target market, right? You remember how we say customer segment? Who am I making this for? Who are my target market, right? Who is going to love this product? Who is going to use this product? Who is going to need this product? Who is going to, come back and get more because the product was great? So great. It looks like we're following through. I'm so happy. I'm proud of all of you. Now, Let's any questions here, or we're good to move on? Let's go to slide 19, please. So how do we use technology, in our to leverage our business or to do well in our businesses? How can we use technology? How can technology benefit us? We are living in a world today where technology is everywhere we turn around, everything we do. So, how can we use technology to make our business successful or better?
Well, but yeah,
Awesome, great,
just using AI as a research tool to basically
perfect.
get a wider view of who your audience is.
Who was that?
Janelle.
Janelle, that was good one. Anybody else want to give us a reason why we should leverage technology in today's world?
Marketing, but also like seeing like the competition or seeing like what's the trends basically.
That's right, marketing. Carissa, can you tell us why you would like to use technology?
To like advertise my business, communicate with
Awesome,
like industries about products I use.
great. See, we can use technology in today's world to make our businesses successful, to grow our businesses. All of the everything you said is correct. And it makes me happy because it means that we're paying attention, we're listening, and we're doing what we're supposed to do, right? Understanding the technology, the technology we're using in today's world, understanding how to use it and using it to advantage is very important, right? So there are people that have made thousands of dollars without actually even having a storefront because they're using the TikTok shop or TikTok marketplace. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong because I don't even know. I don't do TikTok well. I don't know about TikTok a lot, but I know that there's a marketplace on TikTok, right? So there are people that are making thousands of dollars, and all they're doing is they're just going to TikTok and putting their items on there, and people are buying it. So if you understand technology, especially in the world we're living in today, as a business person, you can leverage technology to do well in your business, right? So technology can help us to work smarter and not harder, right? Can also help us sell our products without necessarily going to the shop, or our service without necessarily going to a shop, into a shop front, right? So any questions?
No,
No?
ma'am.
Awesome. All right. So we're gonna move along. The next slide, slide 20. So we debated about keeping this here or removing it, but I wanted us to keep it here because I just wanted to know if you all understood what debt to income ratio is all about, right? Do any of you want to read?
I can read.
Go ahead. Thanks.
Debt to income ratio. Lenders generally look for the ideal front end. Can you go back? Okay. Lenders generally look for the ideal front end ratio to be no more than 28% and the back end ratio, including all monthly debts, to be no higher than 36%. So with $6,000 in gross monthly income, your maximum amount for monthly mortgage payments at 28% will be $1,680. 6,000 times 0.28 equals 1,680. Your maximum for all debt payments at 36% should come to no more than 2,160 per month. 6,000 times 0.36 equals 2,160. In reality, however, depending on your credit score, how much you have in savings, and size of your down payment, lenders may accept. Higher ratios limits vary depending on the lender and type of loan.
So basically, what this means is when you go to get a loan for a business, or when you're trying to get money to start a business, the bank is going to see how much, so they'll say that how much do you make a month? In terms of how much money do you spend on, like, say, yourself, like mortgage, other things that you need, right? And how much you can afford to pay back if they gave you money, right? So that's the easiest way I can explain it, right? So you think about it, say a bank will say, okay, if you make $6,000 every month, right? And you have to pay a mortgage, and you have to pay other things like light, water, and whatever, right? How much are you spending? And when they look at that money that you're spending out of that money, they start saying, okay, if I give you a loan, would you be able to have money left over from the 6,000 that you make every month to be able to pay back that loan? Okay, that's like the easiest way to look at it. All right. We debated if we should leave this here or not. I said, let me just leave it here just so we can touch on it. All right. Any questions? Awesome. So we're gonna move on to the next slide, which is, I think it's important. It's profit and loss, right? If you're doing a business or if you're planning on becoming a business person or owning a business, it's very important that you understand profit and loss, right? So profit, what you make, loss, and if you're not making good money, P&L, right? So I'm gonna ask Carissa to read for us.
Me?
Yes.
Understanding business P&L. The business needs to be paid before you get paid. Operating budget, expenses, margins, revenue.
Okay. So the business needs to be paid before you get paid. What does that mean? You have to make sure that you take care of all your expenses. Make sure that, expenses, your operating budget, what you pay your staff, what you pay for, let's say, for your rent, your light. Once the business is paid, then you get paid as a business person, right? So that include, when you say operating budget, it could be, what you need for light, what you need for rent. Expenses means what you pay for materials and all of the stuff that you have to buy to run your business, right? And then your profit is after you take away all of those things, then you have a profit, right? Your revenue is what comes in. Like whatever you make is your revenue. Your profit is when you pay everything what is left. Okay? Did that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
That makes sense? Okay, good. So now, all right, so we're done. And I want us to take some time. If anybody has any question, let you ask. I know we went a little bit into the time, but I'm happy that everybody was participating, everybody was talking. I had a good time, and I'm so happy that you all were involved. I see a lot of notes in the chat box. Now, any questions in general?
No question.
No, no.
Awesome.
No.
Hi, all. Before we drop off, this is Miss Rosie here. Good evening, everyone.
Good
I
evening.
wanted to address, I know there was a question earlier today about the nonprofits, or rather, Dr. Mimi talking about nonprofits versus for profit, and how to identify the differences between the two. But someone asked a great question, Dr. Mimi, and I don't remember who it was, but they asked, like, if you are a for profit, or if you're a company who makes money and you decide that you want to donate it to a nonprofit, does that make you a nonprofit? And while it wouldn't necessarily make you a nonprofit, you absolutely can select you can select as a for-profit. You can select nonprofits to donate to, or to contribute to, if that makes sense. So, and then it's also a great incentive tax-wise, right? So let's just say you're making money and you want to give back to your community by supporting a nonprofit organization. You can very well do that. And that is a great way to offset taxes at the end of the year for your business. And so I just wanted to bring that sort of keynote there regarding for-profit and non-for-profits. So while you are a for-profit, you absolutely can benefit by supporting non-for-profits and making donations to them, and then again having that as a benefit to you tax-wise at the end of the year. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, but I have a question.
Sure.
What if you make your own profit and non-profit, and you will be donate to yourself,
You
basically?
absolutely can. So S.O.A.R we have a for-profit arm and we have a non-for-profit arm. And so, you know, we have opportunities where we've worked and partnered with other institutions and organizations. And that would be under our for-profit because we're actually making a profit from our curriculum, right? We provide our programs to these organizations and we get paid through grants, right? And so that money comes to us, or they get paid through grants, and then they pay us as a third party organization or vendor or whatever you want to call it, to provide those services to that school or to that institution or to the organization that's requiring our curriculum. And then in turn, we take a portion of that profit and we donate it to S.O.A.R Hospitality and Travel. So we have Let's S.O.A R Training Services LLC, and then we have S.O.A.R Hospitality and Travel Inc., which is incorporated, which is our non-for-profit arm. So you absolutely can do both.
Yeah, so thanks, Rosie. That was a really good question. And yeah, like getting tax credit back after you donate is something that companies benefit from a lot. So that could also be very helpful. Not only are you giving back, but you're getting credit for giving back. Like you're getting tax benefit for giving back.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that was a good question. Any other questions? All right. I guess I hand over to the coaches.
Thank you, Dr. Mimi. Appreciate that. Scholars, the survey has been put in a chat for you to complete. Once you complete it, please put a D in the chat, which one, and then you are free to go if you don't have any other questions for Dr. Mimi or us. And thank you everyone for participating. And thank you, Dr. Mimi, for such a great class today.
Yes.
It was a great class. I had fun. I hope you all had fun.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Mimi. Good to see
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good
Thank you,
night.
AKA Dr.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Mimi. We appreciate you.
Yes, yes.
It was fun. It
Good
was
night,
fun.
everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good night.
That's
Bye
good.
Good
bye.
night. Good night. Good night, Rosie.
Good night, Dr.
Thank
Mimi.
you.
Good night, everybody.